So this vlog is going to be a bit more behind the scenes of running a football club. Basically, it's a partnership that we got with fuel hubs. For the players at the university, they were on their own for accommodation and food. So this year, we whatever numbers we did this year was for 15. Okay. Next year, we'll have 40 players, and we've moved the model. Everyone lives and eats together. Ready? Yep. So just had a bit of a scare. There's a load of trains to Manchester that are cancelled, but luckily the train that I'm getting on is going to Glasgow with a stop in Manchester, which has not been cancelled. So I've got about an hour before the train leaves, so I'm going to grab some lunch, get some work done. So this vlog is going to be a bit more behind the scenes of running a football club, running an operation, and basically it's a partnership that we got with Fuel Hub. So Fuel Hub are I think the England's leading food delivery service for meal preps. We used them this year in England for Select Generation FC. I have a really good relationship with them, and next year we're doubling the amount of players that we're bringing in. So obviously we're doubling the amount of meals that we need, and just going up there to meet with them in person, check out the facility, keep building the relations so that, going forwards we have just a good partnership. And you know what I've learned a lot in business and working in general is that if you have a transactional relationship, when going gets tough or when there's a decision that needs to be made, you're going to lose out. So the relationship always needs to be a lot more relationship value driven than just transactional. If you're just paying for something, they're going to just deliver based on what you're paid for. But if you actually have a real relationship with someone, with a person, with a company, with an organization, they'll go above and beyond for you and for your company and for what you're trying to do. And that's exactly what we're trying to do with Fuel Hub. Great company, great people, excited to learn more about them, see their factory in action, and get to know the people behind the emails and all the invoices back and forth. So that's the purpose of this trip. It's only going to be 1 or 2 days, so let's see how it goes. So finally got to Manchester. I must say, I didn't realise how quick it was going to be to get from London to Manchester. It only took an hour and 45 minutes, but the problem was the Wi-Fi on the train was no bueno, so it wasn't that productive. And if you know me, you know that I like being connected. I need to be connected. I think my mental health or my happiness is connected, is related to how fast my Wi-Fi connection is. But anyway, quick trip up to Manchester. Gonna go probably grab some food now, check into the hotel. Garthy from Spain. So Garthy is like one of the coordinators or one of our staff in Spain, and I saw he was in Manchester at the Man United game yesterday, and I was like, hey, you're going to be in Manchester? I'll be there. The thing is that Garthy doesn't speak English and I don't speak Spanish, so I texted him and saying, hey, listen, Tio, even though we can't communicate, I still want to say what's up. So I'll go see him, practice my Spanish, and then I got a bit of work to get through tonight, a few calls. But yeah, made it to Manchester, so we're here. I must say, with all the travelling that I do, I would say if you do a lot of travelling, try and get a credit card with a hotel brand like Marriott, for example. Now I stay pretty much at a Marriott everywhere I go, and on times like this when they've got a lot of availability, you get a nice little upgrade. So I must say, Marriott service has been 5-star so far with all the hotels I've stayed at. I've always had a good experience, and it makes traveling nice, even when this isn't a sponsored video, by the way. But when you're away from home, sleeping in different beds, sleeping in different hotels. I remember when we first started Select Generation and I was going to Seattle, Charlotte, Raleigh, Atlanta, these places, and I would always stay in a Motel 6 or one of these places, and it just can kind of ruin the whole weekend and your mood and everything. So coming into a nice hotel, a nice place. Anyway, it's got a nice little upgrade there. Gonna go meet Garthy now. Let's see what the evening brings. Good morning. Okay, so it's Tuesday morning in Manchester. It's quite windy. Who said about English weather, right? Meeting this afternoon with Fuel Hub. I've hired a photographer to come to get some behind the scenes content. I think it's cool. I also think it's interesting. It's good for Select Generation FC to kind of show our collaborators, show our partners, and like I said, kind of building relationships with people. I think it's important to showcase, especially online and social media, who you partnered with, who you value, companies with the same mission, goals, values. So Zaki's going to come and get some behind the scenes photo and video of the meeting today at Fuel Hub, and then when I'm in new cities, I like to go walk around, explore, go run. So I said to Zaki, hey, if you're around, I've got my drone. It's a bit windy for the drone today, so hopefully it doesn't fly into a building, but I'm going to go fly the drone, probably do some running shots, some gym shots, and then Zaki will come with me to the meeting with Fuel Hub today. So that's what we've got going on. Busy Tuesday, and then tonight head back to London. So let's get into it. Alright, so we just met up with the boss. Zaki, you good?
You guys doing?
So what do you think about flying the drone in the rain?
If it was my drone, I wouldn't do it, but it's not my drone, so
We take big risks, take big risks. Alright, Zaki, checked out the hotel. What do you think? This morning was good?
all went smoothly.
All went smoothly? Got some nice flicks?
Yeah, 100%, man.
And now we're checking out of the hotel. I got a gift for Fuel Hub, and now we're going to go to Fuel Hub for the meeting. You ready?
Already? Are you?
I'm ready, man. I'm excited to see the food. Let's go. You know, the weather in Manchester, Zaki told me, they have weather for 5 different seasons, and we only have 4 seasons in one day. So, Zaki, I want to ask you something, because we were talking a little bit earlier off camera about working a 9 to 5. So before you were doing camera, media, photography, content, what were you doing? You were working in sales?
Yeah, I was working sales, was selling like renewable energy. You know what it's like.
So what is it like for some? Because I think there's a lot of people that go to university and they want to work in sales or corporate because they think they can make loads of money, and that's like the normal thing to do.
Yep.
So what actually was it like? If you had to tell yourself when you were 18 what sales working in 9 to 5 would be like?
Yeah, so what I tell myself is literally be careful. It's not all fun and money. You don't have time to spend that money. There's a lot of micromanaging. A lot of your freedom goes.
But why? Why does your freedom go?
Your freedom goes because while you're at work, you be micromanaged. You don't have the the autonomy of being self-employed. So like what we have now, where we can kind of schedule our own day, schedule our own meetings. You're working on other people's timetable, what your manager tells you to do. And on top of that, it's just obviously you're commuting to work, 8-9 hours there. By the time you come home, you eat, you sleep, and then you go again.
Like, so what you're saying is that everyone should be an entrepreneur, but what are the things about being an entrepreneur or being a freelance that are the negatives?
Oh yeah, so for this big thing, you need discipline to be self-employed. One thing was a big thing for me is because someone's not telling me to work, someone's not telling me what time to do things, I find it hard to kind of motivate myself to kind of get up, do my editing, look for clients. So you've got to have structure, discipline to your day, and obviously it is hard being self-employed.
Why is it hard?
The lows can get low. Some months you got to sacrifice. You got to cut your holidays, cut time spending with your friends.
What's been your biggest win as an entrepreneur? What do you love the most about being an entrepreneur?
What I love most being about the entrepreneurs, like I said before, about the autonomy. The fact that I get to be my own boss, get to pick my own time, pick my own clients I get to work for. I can say no to people. You don't get to say a 9 to 5. You don't get to say no that much. You have to say yes.
Do you think that everyone can be an entrepreneur?
No. I think you've got to be forward thinking. You've got to be free thinking, and you've got to be willing to take the no's. It swings and roundabouts. You've got to be able to take the no's and then take the yeses. Obviously, the yeses come, and then
And what would be your biggest piece of advice for someone who's going to university that is listening to this and thinking, well, I actually want to be an entrepreneur. I'm in university now. I don't want to work a 9 to 5.
I'd say just be careful what you're going to do in university. If it's something too vague, I would advise doing against it, as it won't get you anywhere.
What do you mean? Like just doing business?
Yeah, like
or communications?
Yeah, like what I did international business. It's very vague. There's no job in international business. If there's something you specifically want to do, or something you want to learn, you get value out of.
So figure out what your passion is and learn a skill.
Yeah, 100%. Learn a skill around it. If that degree can help with your skill, can help forward it. Like for example, I did photography. If you do like photography at university, what they can do is they can like help you get connections, give you spaces, give you cameras, But other than that, I would advise against it for the most part. I'd say going out there, learning a skill, whether it's off YouTube, meeting people. I think that's the best thing you can do with your time at 18, 19, 20.
Amazing, Zaki.
Yeah.
You got to start doing some more content, man. You're a natural.
100%.
A natural talking to the camera.
100%.
Alright, so we just got to Fuel Hub, to the facility. Let's go check it out. Likewise, mate. Thank you for coming. Absolutely. I hope you're alive.
Wow, I'm trying to get back to large. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. No, come on in.
This is Zaki.
How you doing, mate?
Nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we just did. For the players at the university, they were on their own for accommodation and food. So this year, we whatever numbers we did this year was for 15. Okay. Next year we'll have 40 players, and we've moved the model. Everyone lives and eats together.
Nice.
So instead of basically our numbers will whatever 15 to 40 is 2.5 whatever. Our numbers were 2.5. So yeah, next year we'll it might even jump to like 43 or 44 players.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty much this is correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So like I said, in terms of whatever we can agree on next year, you know, the only thing that we'd ask for on our side is obviously, like we say, guaranteed minimum volume.
Right.
The monthly advance payment.
I'm excited. I think that, right now we're exploring, obviously next year we're trying to grow and trying to become more efficient with our budget. Mm-hmm. So with coaching, with food, with accommodation, with everything, like we're going to be in a hotel next year, so we've got space for a kitchen.
Sure.
So we're exploring Fuel Hub versus a chef.
Okay.
So it might work out. Again, we like Fuel Hub, we like the relationship, we like the food and the product. Could we do a chef and have more control over it and be cheaper maybe? So that's kind of what we're exploring at the moment.
Okay.
To be honest, but in terms of the content, I think for us we have a big base and we have humans that are American, they're loud, they have good energy, they speak well. Next year we're going to kind of go all in on our marketing. We're going to kind of revamp our marketing, not to change it because we have our pillars and stuff, but just do a bit more and bring on sponsors and brands. So trying to do more of these things. But yeah, I agree. I put it in the email. But all of this stuff we already kind of spoke about, so it's good to speak in person about it. But I think you know what we want, we know what you want, so it's just kind of figuring out in the middle.
Yeah.
But overall, I think we're excited to partner with you guys. I think, again, the mission, the vision, what you stand for, I think we're very similar with what we stand for. And
yeah, I completely agree. And it's nice to see an organisation say, we do great content, and launch and go, actually this is, because there are some...
We don't want to just put, for example, the Powered by Fuel Hub, but maybe it's Athlete of the Month or Fuel Hub of the Month, or this week the stat, I want to do more data. So this year we missed an opportunity with our Stat Sports vest. We did a couple of graphics of player fastest speed, biggest distance, but we didn't hit that, and I want to hit that more next year.
Yeah.
So it could be Stat Sports or Fuel Hub Athlete of the Month. Just made it to Waterloo. We've got to be quick because the train leaves in 5 minutes, but what an incredible last 48 hours. So I must say, what they're doing at Fuel Hub is incredible. The level of everything that goes into what they're doing in terms of the food, like the protein, the carbs. I am a big fan of meal prep. I use meal prep every day in Miami. I don't think I've cooked for the last 2 years, just because it saves time. You don't have to shop, you don't have to clean, you don't have to cook, and also it's healthy. You know what you're eating, and the level of athlete they're working with, top stuff, top people as well. You can really tell when a company cares about the people there, humans, the mission, the value. Yeah, really good. Really enjoyed spending time there. Sam, he manages our account, top guy. He listened to a couple of our podcasts, so that was really interesting. We were talking about that a bit and his experience working in football. So really good guy, great connection to have, and excited to continue working with Fuel Hub hopefully in the future. Really good company, really good guys. And that was behind the scenes of, a business negotiation. negotiation, you could call it. Working on a contract renewal, working on business dealings for a football club behind the scenes for players, making sure they're fueled, making sure they eat properly, they're healthy and well taken care of. So yeah, the biggest lesson is if you have relationships in business, in football, in your life, don't make them transactional. If you're paying for something, if you're delivering a service that involves money, don't make the relationship just about money. Make it interesting, bring value to the person, and treat them like a human being, and you'll go a lot further. That's my advice. In your personal life, in business, in school, whoever's listening to this, if you have any relationships that involve money, don't make them about money, make them about your relationship, love, care, nutrition, whatever you're doing, bring value. That's my lesson for the weekend. Had a good time. I've not been to Manchester that much, but Manchester's a great city. I guess what did I say at the end of the vlog? Like, comment and subscribe. If there's anything interesting that you learned, drop a comment. Probably everyone listening to this has my phone number, so you can text me. But yeah, great weekend. Thank you to Fuel Hub for the hospitality, and we'll see you in the next one.